Hello, everyone. What is going on? I am Andrew Hockrattle,
I am Nick Longo, and we are
and
here on a Monday.
we're here on a Monday. This is Office Hours. If you're just joining us for the first time because you are a teacher or an educator, hello, welcome to our Educator Special. We do this show every single week on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. right here on Adobe Live. And today, Nick, what are we doing for our teacher friends?
We're going to give all of our teachers a great amount of resources and fun little tools that you can use in your classroom, all kinds of cool things to customize and make teaching easier.
Yes.
If possible.
Yes, it's going to be
the toughest
fun
job in the world.
and easy. If you are a teacher, if you are an educator, let us know in chat, or you can comment down in the comments if you're watching this replay. But today we're going to be making stuff for you. And guess what? The best part of this, it's all going to be available for free. All you need to do is click on the link down below us. Not the one right here, but the one in the description. It is adobe.ly/apteachers. You'll be able to download all these as PDFs, use them in your classrooms. And if you want to, we'll even link the links to our Adobe Express templates so you can customize them yourself. Let us know if you are an educator. Let us know in chat. Nick, can you point that way at our chat? Look at chat. You're on the screen. Look at that.
There.
Part of us.
How did that happen?
Yes, if you're watching on YouTube, come on over to Behance. Behance.net/Adobe Live. It's a place that you can hang with us and you can see yourself over there. All right, Nick, let's go ahead and hop in, and I'll just show kind of where we'll be working today. So today we'll be working in Adobe Express. One of my favorite things, especially for educators. It can be so helpful and it can help you create things very, very quickly. So let's say that we have a schedule coming up for the week. All I need to do is click in here, weekly schedule. I can type in weekly schedule and Adobe Express is going to search a bajillion templates for me. There's a lot. It's not a bajillion, but there's a lot. And it came back with 2,113. And check this out. The first one, weekly class schedule. All I need to do is click on start from and check this out. We are immediately ready to go. We have all of our weekly class schedule. This template is fully customizable. And so let's say that we want it to be for my class. All I need to do is click on this type right here. And maybe I want to type in Mr. Hockrattle. Ooh, weird. Mr. Hockrattle schedule. I can click and drag to move this around and literally just use this template. Super easy, super quick. Don't have to do a ton of updates. And there are an endless amount of these templates to do stuff. But you can also create things custom, which is what we're going to be doing for you today. And we'll walk you through how to use Adobe Express if you've never used it before. It's super easy. So let's start over. Nick, I'm gonna go over into your screen and let's go back to our headshots and talk. What will you be creating today? And then I'll talk about what I'm gonna create today.
So first off, I'm going to have some fun. We're going to do some like inspirational posters and things you can place in and around your room. And then I thought of some of the biggest documents and the things that might be of challenge to you guys. Little things like diploma, maybe a report card, a tent card for like the students' names. There's so many fun things that we can mess around with. And it's so easy to do on Adobe Express.
Fun. I will be creating a activity for you. I know that it's coming down to the end of the year.
Yeah.
You probably are like slammed with things that you need to do, grading, all that stuff. I'm going to try to give you a little bit of free time. And so I'll be creating a document that is a template that you can pass it to your students that will be a little half-hour exercise to help them get more creative. So toss them into groups. They can follow along this exercise that I'll be creating for you today on a PDF. We'll make it so you can print it, pass it out to your kids, and then get a little bit of extra time, right? You can sit at your desk, pretend to grade things, and just have a moment to watch some cat videos. So let's go ahead and hop right in. Nick, I'm going to jump over to your screen. Where are we starting in Adobe Express today?
So I'm going to go right into the search template, and I know for sure I need something that's going to be a poster. And I'm going to leave it as simple as that just to see what kind of results we get. And I can see here we get a lot of cool stuff as well. And I need a lot of room for a nice big quote or a nice big text. So you can see there's a lot of different ones here, but I'm keeping in mind my students, and maybe even like you said, Andrew, keeping in mind summer coming up soon. Would it be great to kind of pick something there? So maybe what I'll do is add summer to here and see what we get. Okay, looking good. We're getting some cool little vibes, which is kind of neat. this one looks perfect. I'm going to start from this one here. And this is attention grabbing. This has got some good colors, enough room there as well. And what I did was I looked and I found some really cool quotes that I thought would be really neat. We were just doing a classroom visit from my college to the elementary school that we partnered with. And I was so overwhelmed with the teachers that we met in the 5th grade area. Oh my gosh, I thought I had it difficult as a part-time teacher. Anybody that's teaching elementary deserves huge kudos, because that was crazy.
Absolutely.
The neat thing was they got to decorate the rooms to the point where each one had the personality. So let's say we were in this one here and we wanted to have some fun. So I have this quote that says, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." So I've got it here. We're going to add it to this little area. I like that you can edit text kind of in this block. It's totally different from our most intuitive ways of design. But if you are just popping into Express, this makes it so easy that you can just go into that thing, drop in your text. And what's neat is it actually does the formatting in a lot of ways for you.
Yes.
And so what I want to do is kind of make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, exactly. Right.
So this is just regular text.
Find
you didn't
that
have
spot.
to do anything special here. You can see over on the right where it has shape. There's a bunch of options that you can do with your text by just clicking on that shape. So Nick, up just a little bit, right? One more, two more. There we go. Yeah. So go ahead and drop that down, and you can see all the different shapes that you can do. You can put it in a circle, you can put it in a square, and then you can customize it to your own look. Right? Pretty cool.
Now this is stuff that, wow. I mean, to see it in the most elementary application.
Hey.
Playing with words there, but this is so interesting that this is such an incredible little touch to add to any kind of actual program that we're going to be using. Now, one thing I like here is this area. If you are new to design and new to layout, the font recommendations here are really kind of neat. So look at that, you have all these different options. Like if I go to this, could this be better? Could this be more readable? Like maybe that font actually worked the best, right? So we've got something as simple as this, and I'm ready to go. And I have something fun to play with. We can even incorporate some more stuff as well. I'm going to say maybe we find some kind of a graphic or some kind of a shape or a design asset. So if you go to design assets, let's look at it. We got believe you can, and you're halfway there. I'm thinking what's it, finish line, or what would be a cool graphic to go with this?
I think doing like a race kind of thing could be interesting. And with that, I wanted to mention this at the very beginning. This is for free, especially if you're an educator. Adobe Express is available to you. All you need to do is have an Adobe ID. You can get in, and it is for free. You can use this. Anything that you see that has a crown means that it is part of a premium subscription that is included in your Creative Cloud, which if you are a teacher or educator, odds are your university or school may have Creative Cloud available to you. So check in on that, but it is completely free to use the majority of these templates, a lot of these resources. All you need to do is sign up with your Adobe ID. Super easy.
There you go.
Magic.
And there we go. I found a cool little trophy. I figured that might be a fun thing to put in here as well. And just to kind of maybe remind the students this, I'm going to put a little text at the top here. And my thought would be, why don't we say something like, let's see, I'm trying to do new text.
Yep. So click on text right there. And then there's a button at the top for add your text right there.
Look at me. There we go. So let's do this and just call it summer series or something kind of cool, because this could be something not only for your classroom, but maybe you make a bunch of these for your social media and you want to remind them, that this is stuff to think about even during the summertime, right?
Yep.
So I added this cool little thing. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, find just the right spot for it. Maybe we can move this over a little bit more here to the top right. There you go. And now with this, I've given it a little bit of hierarchy. My quote is much more of what I want to, the emphasis to be on. We've added this cool little trophy to kind of bring the words to life a little bit there, kind of fun. And then added the summer series as a way to kind of be like, hey, we can send this to you. And this can be something you can post throughout the summer break and your students can still be inspired.
Yep. And what's cool is, again, this is going to be available to you at the link down in the description, adobe.ly/apteachers. We'll make this a PDF for you, and we'll make it so that you can put it up in your classroom. And Nick, if they are making something, how do they
Yes.
export this to a PDF that they can print out? What's our next step?
You're going to go either to download, and here's where you
Ah.
can download your PNG. You could do a JPEG or a PDF, which is fantastic. But don't forget, too, you also have share, and this is kind of neat, too. So let's say you're sending correspondence to your students, and a lot of them are using the QR code. You can download the QR code for it. That'll get immediate access. All they got to do is aim their phone with the camera to that, and they'll have access to it. Or I can schedule it on my social media.
Yep.
I can publish this. There's so many different ways. Sending it to a Google Drive. I know Google Drives are used heavily with elementary school teachers. So what a cool thing to do. Instant access. You're not going anywhere else. You're doing it right here.
It's all right here, especially the scheduling. If you use social media for your class, if you're like posting or you're trying to like do anything within your classroom on social media, you can automatically post. You can schedule your whole semester, make some super cool social media images, and just auto post them all. Give them some homework.
You'll be the
on their
envy of
social
the whole
media.
school.
It's perfect. All right, so over here, I'm going to start working on that activity, and I did a class activity for template search, and then started scrolling through. And the cool thing is, when you're looking for templates, just think about what the use case is going to be, how you're going to be using it. So I don't love the colors on this template, but I know that I want boxes for kids to be able to be creative in. I want some area for instructions, and so this template looks like it's actually going to be very useful to me as I try to build this out. So again, not a fan of any of the background. I want to make sure that it works in black and white. And so I'm actually going to build it in black and white so that you can print it out yourself without having to go through a bunch of color ink. Look, I'm here to help. So all I need to do is, if I want to change the background here, I can actually replace it. So I don't have to upload a new image and get everything going in there. I can simply click on replace right here, and I want to do like an interesting pattern. And so what I can do is I can click here, and maybe let's do, let me go back. It's right now it's pulling from what is already there. And so it was in organic. So I'm just going to go all the way back to backgrounds, and then I'm going to type in like black and white pattern and see what comes up. So there are some things in here that look interesting. Let's see here. I kind of want to do like that, what is it? The notebook.
Oh, like journaling?
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like a little, like this, like these little pieces here.
Yeah.
And so I like these little pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and click and check this out. It is going to replace that image into the background. And you're saying, Andrew, why is it pink? Well, that's because it has a filter on it, which if you have colors that you're using in your classroom, you can very easily change it to the colors that you need by clicking on the filter over here and turning on duotone. So duotone is just a very easy way for you to change the colors. And so because I want this to be black and white, I'm going to change the shadows to black. Actually, I'm going to change the shadows to like a dark gray right here. Let me pull to like a custom gray. Let's do right there. Sounds good. And then the highlights, I want to go to white. So they kind of just drop out. And there we go. We've got a nice fun background with a little bit of zazz in it that we can use to spruce up our activity. Now, from there, you like a little zazz. You got to have a little zazz. You know it.
Didn't we have different names for that background? It was like mezzotint and something else.
Oh, yes, a mezzotint. And so some of these things are getting knocked out,
fun.
like this one that's just on white. I'm going to go ahead and click to turn on a border. And what's cool is it suggests colors for you on this border. I want to go ahead and actually just make that border black. And it looks like it's a little too thick. So right here, I can grab this slider, bring it down. Maybe we want it to be 3 pixels. And that looks good to me. So I'm going to start working on this and just change out the type here. I'm going to do a creativity group.
Spelling live is always
actually
fun.
let's do something that's more engaging. Explore your imagination together. Man, every teacher out there is with me when you start sounding out the words. Imagination. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and align this right here. You can see that it actually snaps in with that purple line. That just means that it's snapping in to the exact center, and then I can use my arrow keys to move things up and down. So again, these blues are not gonna work for me, so I'm going to do just a very, very light gray here to separate just a tiny bit of what I'm working with. So what's cool is as I put these colors in, you can see that there is a current palette, and that current palette every time that I add a color is just putting that into my current palette. So once you start working, everything is there and you don't have to go back and remember color codes or what you're using on anything. You can simply just click and it will remember that for you. So I'm going to keep working on this and put some content in there. Again, this will be a free download for you, adobe.ly/apteachers. But Nick, it looks like you got a whole bunch of templates up there. Oof. What are you working on?
There is no shortage of stuff for you, the educator. I did a quick search for school newsletter. I figured maybe we do a end of the semester, what's happening for summer kind of newsletter. And in search, this is everything that came up. There's a lot of fun stuff here. But one thing I did, I like this one here, but maybe it doesn't have the exact color palette like we were seeing earlier with one of Andrew's. And we want to populate this with really good stuff and really cool images. So first thing I'm going to do here is go up here. We've got classroom news. I'm going to say summer plans 2023, right? And so all you have to do is kind of move things around here, get this a little bit here, however you want to put it. And you get some fun stuff here you can mess around with. It's going to give you, again, those font recommendations. So you can mess around with different fonts and see how it works. If you want to explore more, it's going to give you a ton. I definitely want to get that. There it is. That's the one I was looking for. A little bit bolder, a little bit more modern. Now we can go to the background. We hit choose solid color. And let's say one of our colors is maybe at our school, we've got like a red. So I'm going to bring that in here as well. And now with this, I do need to change this, and I'd rather get that to a white. So again, if you are designing for the first time, think of contrast, think of things that are going to help your type and some of that stuff be easily found and readable. You can see how a lot of these here still have a kind of brownish gray tone to them. So by just giving them all a nice white, you're getting contrast, and these are going to be easy to read. And now we can go in here and we want to replace this with something. And I polled all my students, and I think one of the first things they all want to do is maybe go check out an amusement park or a beach or something fun for the holidays, for the summer. So let's do, I'm going to give it a shot and see, do we have amusement park? Can we find something kind of cool there?
Beachy.
Maybe there's something. Look at that. We've got a roller coaster. Perfect.
Coaster.
There we are. Look at that. Dropped right in. We're ready to go. And I think that needs a little bit of a headline in there. So I'll say add to text, and I'll say summer plans. We've got, we'll do amusement park visit. Cool. And with this here, I know I need this a little bit smaller. So I go to my size. We're at 82 right now. Let's bring it to like, let's find a good one here. We'll go 50. That looks great. Now, when you're putting things over here, obviously it's completely just disappearing in there. So two ways you can do it. We can go back to the contrast, get in the white, but also we need a little bit heavier of a font. So what I'm gonna look for is that font that's got, there it is, a little bit more boldness, a little bit more contrast for that. And then you can go through here and say like, well, I'd love a little shadow on there. That might be a little helpful. And you adjust it. You can just play around with this. This tells you how far off it's gonna go. And then this gives you kind of a little bit of balance of where that would go as well. And we're gonna make it black. So that kind of stands out a little bit there as well. And we can outline that. We can do some fun stuff with the shapes. I can put it in a box like that. I like this as well because I think in a lot of ways, this could be a new color. So maybe instead of the black, we can make that the red again. And again, we're having some fun with these things. I'm gonna go back. What do you say? I'm gonna make that black.
I like the designer thing of like, all right guys, like we're gonna have some fun here. You make a change and then you're like,
there you go.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that's the move.
There we go. There we are. So we got some cool little like boxes here to mess with. I'm gonna have to get rid of this one. We'll make this we'll maybe slide this one a little bit more like that. Let's get it in here and move it. Let's see. What's the best way to actually just without the constraint? How do you make this go?
Oh yes,
more
going
rectangular?
over to, I believe it's shapes on the right there. You'll be able to place, and you can do rectangle. Sorry, on the left.
Oh, yeah.
Shapes down right there. Nope. Middle, right there. Got it. We did it
There we
together. You can grab those,
Yay.
and then placing those, you should be able to stretch out.
Oh, this is kind of fun.
Different edges.
Let's
So
get rid of that one.
I'm going to work over
back to
here
you?
on mine. Kind of, yeah. Sorry. Back to me. So what we can do here is I am working on putting in custom text. So this will be a template that will be available to you as well as a PDF. And this will allow you to put in your own content. So I have explore your imagination together. We have the teacher of the class, find a friend and get creative. Instructions. Today we'll be creating an imaginary animal. In this brainstorm, there are no bad ideas. We're working together to make something unique and amazing. So we're trying to just get more creative, give the kids some time to explore their imaginations and have some fun. Creativity is all about fun. So the first one, we're going to do describe your animal that they're creating. And maybe the next one, we can talk about, let's maybe do some like drawing exercise. And so let's do draw some eyes. And then we can do a different kind of like piece of the animal for each of these, which I think will be really fun. And so with this, I want to give some examples. And so I'm going to come over here to design assets. And I want to find something that is like kind of just a reference for the kids. So I'm going to do maybe do animal eye and see what comes up. Ooh, look at all these fun animals. Oh my gosh, there's so many fun animals. And someone's asking from YouTube, hi YouTube, by the way, can you create a multi-page PDF? Boy, can you. All you need to do is right here, click on duplicate page or click on add page. And what that's gonna do is it's going to make another page for you. So I'm actually gonna duplicate this page. It will make another copy. And maybe in this one, we want to delete everything and just give them some room to play around and draw. So I can click and drag, it will select all those pieces and I just hit delete and it's gone. And so maybe we have explore your imagination and I want to duplicate this. We can click on duplicate, make another version of that. And then I can use this little arrow here to just pull this all the way down. And this one, we can say, draw a scene with your animal. There we go. And now we have a multi-page PDF. If we want to go back and forth between these, all we need to do is down here at the bottom. Can't see the overlays covering it a little bit, but at the bottom you can see previous page right there, and you can bounce back and forth between those pages. Super easy. But I did want to add in some elements because we had some cool stuff over here on design assets with some animals. I'm just going to click and it's going to place these in here. And the cool thing about design assets is they are see-through most of the time. So you can place these wherever
Totally
and
transparent.
create some very interesting and fun. Oh, this is so fun. So I can click here. And if I want to flip it, all I need to do is click right there and I can flip it over to the other side. And maybe we just put these little guys kind of popping in and out around our document.
I love it.
This is so fun. All right, Nick, you're continuing over on your summer vibes. I like that I'm getting the teachers ready for summer and you're getting the students ready for summer. It's perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. But this is the best part about it. It's like getting them kind of excited for the end of the semester. I know I'm feeling it. We've got like 2.5 weeks left. I can't wait. So when you have something that you like and maybe you want to just continue on with it, all you have to do is when you have something selected like this, the caption box, when you have option shift down and you drag, what you do is you get this alternative. So it gives you a complete duplicate of it. You can move this around, get this here. And I like the vibe of how this is working already, where these become maybe where the headlines go. So I can mess around with it. And with this gray box, let's say the big thing here we want to talk about is maybe the summer camp. Maybe the school is also associated with a camp. So all we have to do here is when I select it, notice this little area here, it kind of knows exactly what I'm doing. It knows I want to find an image or maybe a solid color for that. So I do want an image. We hit choose image. You go right over to your search area here and we'll do summer camp and see what kind of a image we get here. I'm assuming there's gonna be something totally perfect. This is awesome. I want something with some activity. Oh, here we go. This is it. We got this one with the cabins. Boom. Notice it does the perfect job of kind of finding the right crop. You can go in there and obviously double click and you can see a little bit more about where that goes and you can kind of make that a little bit bigger, smaller, but I thought it captured it perfectly. which is great. I'm going to go back to the Hawaii with the Option key down. We can move this over, and now we have this. Your guides are perfect. Notice it tells you exactly when you're in there and you're centered by giving you those dotted lines. So here I'm going to just double click, and we can go up here and we say summer camp is on. There we go. And I got this little area here that we can turn to white again, and we can drop in a secondary line, and maybe it'd probably be better here. And let's just say, give us a camp name. What do we got?
Camp.
I know you can camp.
It's a campy camp. It's camp.
Maybe it's tech. Maybe it's tech camp.
Oh yeah, maybe we're doing some STEM stuff.
23.
Yeah,
right? There we go.
Fun.
I love that. Okay,
so
perfect.
I'm gonna hop back over here, and we actually have pretty much our activity finished. I may add some more details here, but you can see we wanted to keep it black and white so that you could all use it. And it says explore your imagination. So we got a teacher class. We're trying to get them to create this animal. So we're gonna have them describe the animal, right? Write it down, use description words, lots of adjectives there. Draw some eyes. So we're gonna have them draw some eyes. Sketch your animal, and this is supposed to be just a rough sketch. I'm gonna add a little caption here that says, doesn't have to be perfect, make it rough, and that way they can have kind of an idea. What color is it? They could maybe color in the colors that they want it to be. Where does it live? And then who is on your team to make sure that they are working as a team, getting more creative and learning those skills. And then on our second page, we can draw the whole scene with the animal and have somewhere that we can see what that animal is called. I'm going to put a little box at the bottom for them to add in the name of the animal as well. Yes. And that way we can have a full around thing for you to use in your classrooms, which would be really fun.
That's pretty cool.
And Nick, working on those summer plans. Nick, I know that we had a lot of like motivational sayings to do. Do we want to do some more of those that we can kind of have them put up in their classrooms?
Oh, that would be great. Ooh, I just found a cool one that's like maybe a fun one to start from scratch with. I thought this had a kind of a cool vibe, and it gives us enough room to mess with.
Oh, so, which is my favorite. One of my favorite things about Adobe Express is being able to just like scroll and like stumble on something and be like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need.
Yeah. It's got the most advanced, like I think the designs that they're dropping in just keep getting better and better every time we come back here. I'm loving this. Oh, here's a perfect one. So look at this one. We got one day at a time, but I'm going to go back to my list and see what we have. I've got in a world where there can be anything. Let's see. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. That's a cool one. I like that. So, and I like that it's kind of got the background drop there as well. And we can even mess with that a little bit. So I'm going to copy my text. I'm going to select here, highlight everything, and just drop it. So there we go. We can make this a little bit smaller. We're at 205. I'm going to do 180. See how we look here. I think we can even like line break a little bit here. So let's see why. How do we get there we go.
And chat, let us know if you're an educator or if you've used Adobe Express before. If you have questions about Adobe Express, if you have requests as an educator or something that would help you in your classroom, let us know in chat, behance.net/Adobe Live. Let us know what you want to learn, what would be helpful to you, and we can cover it during the show because we are here to help. That's what we do here on Office Hours, is we're here for you to hop in, pop in, and get some help. Fun.
Oh, look at that. So we got to, what happened?
I don't know. It looks like maybe you zoomed in like a crazy, like it did like a crazy zoom or something.
Yeah, that was weird.
I'm just updating here.
To figure that out.
And if you run into this problem, chat, that's happening on my screen, that something disappears, it's because the order is not set right. So all you need to do is click down here in the bottom right, and that will allow you to change the order. I can click and drag this up to the top. And right there, you'll be able to see that that comes right up to the top. And then I can put in here, name your animal. And right there, let's move this over so that they can maybe write their name kind of right in the middle across. And that looks pretty good to me. So they can draw their animal, they can name the animal down here, and that way it's going to be a very easy thing for you to use. So I'm just going to look over this real quick, and chat, you need to help me as well. Are there any typos? Did I miss anything before I export? I'm just gonna take a look, explore your imagination together. Teachers, class, find a friend and get creative. We'll be creating an imaginary animal today. In the brainstorm, there are no bad ideas. Work together and make something unique and amazing. We've got the fun animals, describe, draw, what colors, where does it live, sketch, who's brainstorming on your team. And then our second activity page, or it could be the back of this page, draw a scene with your animal. Name your animal. There we go. So we could do it so that it is just one page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on download right here. I'm going to go to PDF and I'm going to check all pages right here. So I'm going to make sure all pages is checked and I'm going to hit start download. It is going to download this for me. I need to name it and save it. Hold on. Let's do animal, creative. I spelled creative with an S. I just need you to know the level of my mind is that I just spelled creative with an S.
I love it.
Woo, creative activity.
That sounds good.
All right, right there. So I'm going to do that. Nick, go ahead and show us some more poster fun.
All right, we found a good one here that I think has a little bit maybe more room here as well. I'm going to go click on just a quote. We are going to keep it in quotes, and we are going to put our "In a world where you could be anything, be kind." Right? It was not by Oprah Winfrey. It was actually unknown. So I'm going to put unknown.
Okay,
sounds like something. Yep. She might say.
So over here, check it out. I have exported this. Again, I just clicked on all pages, clicked on PDF. It saved. It didn't work the first. I never save anything because, especially when we're live streaming. So I saved it and I exported it using that PDF. And check it out. It is a 2-page PDF right here. And you can see that you could download this and print it front and back. It is just its own PDF. I'm going to click on print here. And then I can change, here's my printer. I wonder if my printer is hooked up. My printer's not hooked up, so I can't actually show you. But you can do your printer, and then you can come in here. You can change all your settings. You can change the paper, all that. Print on both sides. That's what we want right here. And it will print this front and back for you to pass out to your students, for you to sit at your desk, enjoy your little salad, and have like 30 minutes of solitude. That's what we do here for you on office hours. It took me 15 minutes.
Your
to
gift to them.
Yes. And again, you can download that at the link down in the description, adobe.ly/AP Teachers is where that's going to be. And I'm actually going to show you what that looks like real quick. And Nick, go ahead. We'll finish up this poster right here while I get ready to show them where to download.
So I'm going to find that perfect kind image that we think looks great. I do want to make sure there's enough room on there to have some kind of spot for there. And now with that, we've got this here. Oh, it keeps doing that. It does not want to stay.
Interesting.
I just keep getting a blank.
I wonder what's going on. So I am uploading this real quick. Let me get this uploaded, and then you'll be able to see where you can grab this creative activity. So uploading right here. And if you go to adobe.ly/AP Teachers, that's right. And hey, Barbara just popped into the chat over there. So if you go to adobe.ly/AP Teachers, guess what? There is a free resource just for you right here that you can create. And even better than that, not only is this a free resource that you can click and download, I'm going to go ahead and go back to Adobe Express, and I'm going to click on share. And then I'm going to go to make a template. So I'm going to change this template, and this template is going to be called creative activity. Then we can do use this with your students to brainstorm and get creative. I'm going to save this into a library, and I'm just going to make a library that is for educators. Appreciation. Oh my goodness. So let's save right there. It's creating that template for us. And then what's cool is I can actually go in and I can leave a comment for you all. And if you have comments, if you have suggestions, if you have things that you need, you also can add a comment. So I'm going to let that link kind of create itself. It's thinking about it, creating it in the background. We added a lot of the different like source images. So it's going to create that in the background. And while it does that, Nick, we'll go back to your screen because it looks like you're ready to do something. Oh, sorry. There is, again, a template. So, Nick, go ahead.
Perfect.
take over. I'm going to post that link on the template as well.
How cool would it be to do your report cards on Adobe Express, right? Like if you want the full customization of having some fun here, I think this is really great as well. The other thing I found, which I thought was so cool, was they actually have diplomas.
Okay.
So I thought this was kind of neat because I know, let's say it's the end of the year. Oh, please, because I spelled it wrong.
Today's brought to you by spelling. If you are a teacher who teaches English, Nick and I need some help with our spelling. We're having a rough time here.
Isn't it funny? I think it's because we are so spell checked, and if you live online, like your spelling is like never challenged. It's always done for you, right?
Yeah, it just fixes it for you.
Here, we're going to do it live and show you. So
Yep.
Let's say you find one here and you want to customize it and have some fun with these things. I think it might be for something really cool. Maybe it's an end of the year kind of thing. This one looks kind of cool. Check this out. So let's pick one of our things here.
Ooh.
We are not high school. We can basically say,
we could be high school. Why not?
Like, sure. That's right.
There's no rules.
That's cool. So
this is office hours. We make the rules.
I am going to put my high school name here, Canoga Park High.
Oh my goodness. High school.
Look at this. Let's go back. Then we got presented to. There we are. We'll keep Ryan's name here as well. But they were, let's see, we had Hunter Green was our kind of vibe. So I'm going to go right over here. Oh, whoa, look at that. It kind of had one waiting for me there.
And you'll see it. Yeah, I was going to mention the suggested colors. So it will suggest colors based on what is on there. And you can see that it had a nice palette for you that included that Hunter Green because it works really well with that palette.
I just thought that was too funny that was kind of what we were looking for there. And maybe I'm assuming too, let's go to design assets or shapes. I'm going to see if there's maybe a seal.
A seal?
Approval?
What was your high school mascot?
Hunters. It was this little hunter. It was really cool.
We were the Vikings, so I guess it was similar.
There you go.
Yes, I was a Viking, and then I was a Lancer for a minute.
There you go.
Real quick, I want to share something real quick. Is when we are sharing this, if you want to, you can go up to the right and go to share, and then go to publish. And in publish, check this out. Your classroom, there is an integration here, right? You can integrate seamlessly into your classroom, into Teams, post on any social media, or you can just grab the link. It is so easy to integrate, all one click right there in Adobe Express. All right, Nick, take it away.
There we go. I should know how to spell the name of my hometown. So I brought in a little certificate, kind of like that little check mark that's on there as well. And let's see if they've got something. So if we go to shapes, I'm going to see if we've got anything close to what the hunter looked like. It was a little, it's close. These are kind of fun. I'm really impressed of how much stuff is in here as all of these fun little things. So you've got this could be a neat little thing that you can maybe watermark or put somewhere in the background. I'd float it here. Maybe its opacity goes down a little bit. So let's see, go back to this guy. Here we go. So it's more like a faded watermark in there a little bit, which is kind of cool. And if we make him the original color of that, now it definitely has that same kind of vibe there as well. So here's a great little tip. Let's say you make your final one. You love the way this is looking. All you do is duplicate the page down here below. And now you put in the next one. And you go here. And we're going to get Andy Hawk.
It's me.
In there as well, and you just keep going. And now one document, you can do all of your class names and drop them in there and save that as a PDF. Do like what Andrew showed. You can print it out, you can save them individually, you can save them as one PDF that has all of them. Take them, maybe you have a printer at home. What a great way to kind of do something like this. Minimal time too, right? It's so simple and so easy to create.
And so if you are working on your own thing and you do have your own logo, it's very easy to upload that and work in Adobe Express to create something. Maybe you want to make a poster for a sporting event, right? And so all I need to do is click here on the plus, and then let's do a little flyer. This is gonna be something we can print at home. So we're going to click on fire, and this is starting from scratch. So let's say that we want to add in a image of sports. I can click on photos and I can type in basketball high school. And from here, check it out. We've got people playing basketball. Maybe we do something generic like this that isn't necessarily like showing anything specific. And all we need to do is we can click add to background, and it will scale that up to the background for us. Now you're saying, Andrew, it looks a little pixelated. It just needs to load. Everything's going to look just fine. But if we wanted to upload our own logo, right there, Nick kind of just used one of the design assets. I can click on upload photo, and then I actually just put one on the desktop that is a Vikings logo because I was the Vikings. And let's pretend that this is your school, right? And you don't have time to track down the like final thing or whatever, or something that looks like see-through. What we can do is we can actually remove background, and let's see how well this works on a logo. We're going to click on remove background right here with any image, and it should take away the majority of this background. There we go. Look at how clean that is. And it looks like it cut out some of the horn right here as well. All we need to do is click on restore, and then we can click into this area right here and just restore that piece that it missed and took out that we didn't want it to. So super easy. We can just click restore that back in. Looks good to me, and click on done. And voila. Look at that. Now we've got a little logo that looks great to put down in the corner. And then maybe we want to put in some kind of text. We can go to text right here, and there are all kinds of really cool templates. So let's type in sports again. And it will give us, check it out, a whole bunch of different lockups that we could use. I love this little basketball right here. So we're going to click on that and then maybe scale it up a little bit. And let's say just let's go Vikings. So I'm going to ungroup, and you can see that this is a template. So I can simply click here on our text. We're going to ungroup that one more time. I can click on my text, and I can change it to let's go Vikings. And we'll change the color here to maybe a white will look okay. Give us some contrast. Sure, why not? And from here, I could change different lockups. So clicking on this little magic type right here is going to give us different variations of type that we could use to create this graphic. So it already looks good to me. I am going to change the color of this basketball though. I think, let's see the elements that are happening here. There's the flame. We go, perfect. I can change the color and grab one of these by just clicking on the eyedropper tool that's right here, and then hover over maybe this blue right there and check it out. That looks great. So super easy to update those.
Totally customizable.
Yeah, Nick, did you actually go grab the logo? There we go.
Found the logo, followed along with you, but notice we are completely off on the green. So I'm going to do exactly what you had shown. We're going to go into the color. We'll go to the eyedropper, and I'll find kind of the nice medium green that kind of fits there as well. Now I've got that ready to go. It should be right there. And then we have completely changed and got that a little bit better. So I love that. And the last thing I wanted to do, this was something funny I saw in every classroom that we visited last week. Every teacher has rules.
Yes.
Right? So I looked here, and this is hilarious. So I'm going to go to class rules, and I'm sitting here almost so confident now knowing Express is going to have anything I look for,
100%,
which is so cool,
There's so
right?
many templates.
Oh, look at this. Like, here's a cool one to start with. So I'm going to grab this one here. And I love this. These are almost similar to what I had. The first one I found. So I looked through the pictures that we had taken of some of the classrooms. And the first one here was, any idea what it might be?
First rule.
Be respectful.
Don't fight.
That was the first one.
Sorry. I was going to say, don't talk about Fight Club.
First rule about class rules. Yeah. Don't talk about class rules.
Don't talk about class rules. Yeah. Be
Next
respectful. I like that.
Follow directions. I thought, oh, look at that. It was kind of close to this one. So this one's got follow instructions. So I'm going to put in here, follow directions. And notice here, it's all case sensitive. So whatever you drop in here on these upper and lower case, it's going to work in fine as well. Let's see. Raise your hand. That's a great one. When you taught, did you like
chat? Raise your hands.
Did you like to answer questions while you were talking, or
Yes.
have the class wait till the end?
No, I sometimes would tell my kids to throw a pen at me. That was like,
Oh, that's great.
because I talk
Yeah.
so fast, and so I'm like, if you have a
Same
question,
here.
raising your hand like will make it so that I don't get to it. And if you have something to say right now, then like you want to say something right now, and so I'd be like, just throw a pen at the board. And they thought it was the funnest thing, and it kind of encouraged them to talk, right? That it
Yes.
wasn't just
Great
like,
idea.
oh yeah, I'll raise my hand, or like, oh, I don't want to raise my hand. It's like, I have something to say. I get to throw a pen, and they'd throw the pen, and then I grab their pen, walk to them as they talked, and listen. And that way it was something that was engaging, kind of fun, a little bit goofy.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's
I
a perfect way to do it, because you want to, every kid has a question, but sometimes they feel a little hesitant to ask.
Yes.
And throwing in this little fun activity would be really, really hilarious. I think that would get me to kind of break out of my shell if I was a young kid, right?
Yep. And then it becomes just
That's
a normal,
always
I mean,
fun.
it's funny and goofy and disruptive the first few times. And it's like the rules, like, don't throw it at me. But after
Yes.
like a week of that, it's not a big deal. It just becomes the way that you ask a question. And, you know, they don't laugh. They're not like goofy. It's just like, yeah, this is just a thing we do in class. And it does encourage that it's like, oh, I get to throw a pen. And then you throw a pen. It's still fun, still a little goofy. And that way it's just, I don't know, something interesting, not doing anything bad. And yes, thank you for the raised hand in chat, Wade. So
That's perfect.
as Nick continues that, I want to show you some stuff from like an admin perspective. We've given you a great resource to put up some posters in your room. Again, adobe.ly/apteachers. They're free for you and available right now. You can download them and print them. We've given you some activities, but if you are a teacher or educator, I want to help you. I was an educator. My mom was an educator for 35 years. She taught
Same
third
here.
grade. Nick's mom was an educator. Everyone's an educator. But there's some quick actions here. And I know that a lot of educators, you don't have time to really get into the nitty gritty of a lot of stuff. You got a million things that you need to do. And so what you can do is you can actually do some of these quick actions. So remove background, resize image, convert to a GIF if you have a video. You can trim videos here. You can change the speed of your videos. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click right here on view all. And that's gonna show me everything that's available to me here in Adobe Express. So we can convert to an SVG if you're making shirts for a class activity for a field trip and you've kind of just found something that you like, click on convert to SVG and it will convert that so that you can print it. We can crop videos, all of that fun stuff. But the ones that I want you to know, educators, here, I'm here for you, educators. I'm here to help you. And here's what you need to know. Right here, modify your file. I'm sure that you work with PDFs all of the time. All the time,
right?
And what you can do here, you can convert a document to PDF. You can convert from a PDF to something else. You can edit the text and images in a PDF. You can organize the pages of that PDF. And that's right, you can combine PDFs into one thing. Everybody just wants one PDF with a bunch of pages. Nobody wants 6 PDFs. And so if you're getting communication from the higher ups, from principals, from admin, that's like, hey, here's 7 newsletters we need to send to parents, go ahead, click on this combine files, drop all those PDFs in, and guess what? Now you have one thing to send out to all the parents instead of having them open and read 7 things. And also you can generate QR codes. If you need things for your classroom, if you need kids to be able to scan something, to interact, you can generate QR codes right here. So I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna type in HTTPS, and you can just copy in your links. I'm doing it manually because adobe.ly/apteachers.
Where would that bring you?
I don't know, like a place. So you can click there, and again, if you're a teacher right now, you can scan this code and we'll take you to a bunch of free resources from us. You can change the style of that code, and you can even change the colors to something that fits well for you.
And the file
you can
type.
use
Look at that.
file types, right? Yeah, you can get PDFs, you can get SVGs. I don't know why the drop down isn't working now. I'm clicking something wrong. But you can do PDFs, you can do SVG. You don't worry about the educators. You'll be just fine. You can use a PDF, PNG or a JPEG. But you can get this right here. Again, you can scan, and this will allow you to download that resource and all of the resources that we have available to you. So, Nick, we got like 5 minutes left. Let's finish up one more thing so we can give this as a resource to them. It looks like we've got our class rules there. And maybe in the bottom, we want to put the teacher's name.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it with something here that's already kind of look at this one. I love these pre-designed ones where they give you a little bit of fun. Oh,
Cute,
what
cutie,
teacher would not want this?
cutie
Right?
patooties, little cutie patooties.
So okay, we need a good name for this one. So this is going to be obviously Ms. I'm going to do here, and then what's the last name here?
Frizzle. It's got to be Miss Frizzle. I mean, if we're
Frizzle?
doing teachers, Frizzle. FR. Do you know about Miss Frizzle, Nick?
No,
Have you not watched the Magic School Bus?
no.
Nicholas.
There we go. Uh-oh.
Nicholas
I'm in
Anthony
big
Longo.
Thomas Longo.
Thomas. That's right. We have the same middle name. I knew this. The Magic School Bus is essential viewing. It's great. It's about this like science teacher that like takes the kids on these magical adventures in a school bus that is magic, and they do all kinds of. They go to space. They go like.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yes.
I know the program, but I don't know the specifics. That was the name of the teacher.
That was the name of the
Ms.
teacher.
Frizzle?
Miss Frizzle.
There we go.
So we can
Love
drop
it.
that down in the corner, and now Nick is
Yeah.
going to be able to export this for you, so you can use it as a template. We can go ahead and have it customizable.
Wouldn't
You
this
can
be
do whatever you want.
neat for a teacher to like? I did that in what, a half a second, right? It was this pre-made little logo type, and the teacher uses that on all the correspondence for the whole year.
Why not?
And it's this instant signature, like you've branded yourself as a teacher. I think that would be the funnest little thing to do. They'll come to like really like that on all the different documents. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Why not?
That's so
I
fun.
love that idea.
It's so fun.
Yeah,
So
and you create your own color palettes, you create your own typography.
Yes.
Everything
Okay.
we've been doing, like that would be so cool.
yes, and teachers, I'm just going to give you. This is not related to Adobe Express at all, but I'm going to give you a little insight here. There's a great resource that if you want to find colors for your classroom, you can just go to color.adobe.com, and from there you can click on Explore. And maybe you're looking for like fun color themes for your boards. Maybe you want just kind of an idea of something that's like gonna be fun for that
be a
season.
theme?
Yeah, a theme.
Maybe a
we
party
can type,
you're doing?
Let's do
Yeah.
science. So we can just type
Oh.
in science here and hit
Perfect.
enter in the Explore tab, and it's going to give you a whole bunch of different color palettes, right? Here is a photo, it looks like, of a mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell.
Perfect. Look at those science colors.
Look at the science colors, right? And so there's this is very classroom. I like this vibe. So you can kind of scroll through and you can see that there is a lot of fun colors that you can use. I'm going to type in classroom here and see what happens.
Wow.
Oh, this is so fun. Look at these
That's
colors for a
so-
classroom.
It's like an eraser. It's
Yes,
like an eraser
and so
at the far end. I love it.
regardless of what you're doing, you can go ahead and look at these colors. The hex codes are right here, so you can bring them wherever you need. Bring them into Adobe Express, and look at this: create using Adobe Express. Magic.
Done.
It's amazing,
there.
right? So it's all here. It's all integrated for you to be able to use and explore very, very easily and very quickly. And Nick, I want to show one more recess. Recess.
Recess.
I'm ready for
we're-
resource.
You can tell it's like end of the semester.
I'm going to show you one more recess. It's going to be for an entire summer. So you can go to educatorsstock.adobe.com. But let me give you a little hack. Stock.adobe.com /free. /free. Free. Yep. And if you're ever creating things and you need it for something else, right? Adobe Stock is integrated into Adobe Express. But if you need to grab stock for something else, you can go to free. And then from there, we can type in, I'm just going to do classroom. And from there, I want maybe like fun, like back to school stuff. So I can do back to school.
Yeah.
And I know that we're like going to summer break, but we can do back to school. And then from there, I want to click on illustrations. And it looks like I can scroll here and find some really cool stuff. So like these elements look great. I think this is super fun. I can click here, and this is again a free resource for me to have as an educator. Look at that, super fun. So I'm gonna click on license for free. And then in the magic of magic, I can bring this into Adobe Express, and guess what? Remove the background. So I'm gonna come here, I'm just going to click on remove background, and I can drag and drop this image. So I'm gonna drag and drop this image right there into, oh, I didn't drag and drop it to the right place. Drag and drop into Adobe Express right there, and it should upload for me. Let's browse on device. And then from there, I'm going to go to my downloads right here. Grab this one, hit open. Andrew, hold on, let me refresh. Hold on, this is gonna be exciting. It's gonna be cool.
It's going.
It's gonna be exciting. I promise. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. All right. Downloads.
I think it looks great even as is, and it's like this. You can
Oh, it's a
customize it to your
gigantic
color.
image. Okay.
Oh, that's why.
That's why. It's an absolutely massive, gigantic image. That's why. So what you can do, Nick, what is the link that they can go to? Do you remember the link?
I do not.
Okay, adobe.ly/AP teachers. It will be over in the chat. Wade will put it over in the chat so you can see it right here if you're watching the replay. But you can grab all those resources. We've got some posters, some class rules. We have an activity for you. And you can enjoy some time as an educator to get a little bit back, right? That's what we're here for. And if you want to, you can have your students join us. You can join us. We are here on Adobe Live every single Wednesday at 1 p.m. And Nick, what do we usually do? Let's give them a scope for if they want their students to watch us later, or subscribe to learn a little bit about design. What do we do on the show?
Yeah, I've met so many design teachers that have said they've watched us. So we meet every week on Wednesday, 1 o'clock. We talk about everything, how to use the apps, typography, standing out, whatever it might be, any challenges you got, and let us know. Are we missing something?
Yeah,
we'll do it.
Yeah, if you're missing something, leave it in the comments down there. Let us know what school you're watching from, and have a great summer, teachers. Get out of here. You got a couple weeks left, and we will see you again next week on Wednesday for another episode of Office Hours. Bye, everybody.
See y'all.